Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jess Leal in this incarnation. So today I'm going to talk about death and reincarnation because that's our evolution system. So I'm going to start by saying that there's this level of total light, what we call the Fount or God, and there's this level of total darkness. So between total light, and total darkness, and it's important to say that the level of total light has 1 point of darkness, and the level of total darkness has 1 point of light. This is the yin and yang symbol. So between these levels, there's so many worlds that are created and so many levels too. So the Earth is one of the planets that belongs to the most density dimensions, the most dense dimensions. So here we have 50% of darkness and 50% of light. So we developed this system of death and reincarnation in order for the soul can evolve. And each time we incarnate here, our soul contract has to be with forgetting everything about the past timelines that we have spent in this world, that we have spent. So it's very important the way we live, of course, and the way we die, because this is going to condition the next phase after death. All the people initially they identified with their own bodies until some of us we can be aware about our soul identity. And this is very important because there's some people that spent their whole lives without taking accountability about this, without being aware about this. So if they are very much identified with their own bodies, it could happen that the soul could get trapped between dimensions. I'm going to explain this. Because when we die, the soul detached from the body and goes to another dimension, which is the fourth dimension that yesterday I told you that was the dimension of time. And the soul goes to this plane of the fourth dimension, which has no time. It's a no time dimension. So the perception of time there, it's very, very different from here on Earth. We could spend 1,000 years there and only passed, 1 day here on Earth. So when we are trespassing, when we're crossing to this phase, if we are not aware of this, sometimes the souls could get trapped between dimensions, which are the disembodied souls that many mediums can contact, these spirits, and all these souls get trapped because they had pendant issues here, or they didn't understand that they died. This is very important because that's why, I am saying this. It's very important to be aware about this process of dying, and it is important to know this too, because each time we incarnate here, we have a soul contract. There's this medium, Chico Xavier, which is a Brazilian man, which was, because he is already dead. And he was a medium, and he was in touch with this soul of a man who has died. And this man told him everything about the fourth dimension and what happens there. So Chico Xavier wrote many things about this. There's a film that I don't think it's in English. I found the film originally is from Brazil, so the original language is Portuguese. I found it in Spanish, but I don't know if there's this film with subtitles in English. If I find it, I will put it in the first comment. I will put the link. So this film is one of the best I ever seen, because it really describes so well this fourth dimension, which is an astral dimension, and the astral actually it's a place where we go when we go to sleep. So there's many people that thinks they are dreaming with their family members that had died or something like that, but they're really seeing their souls. It's not a dream, we could contact people that have died in dreams, that had died. So this I'm not going to get in here, but we through dreams we can access to other levels, more high levels, and we could collect information to bring it back and to have answers in this present moment. Okay, so this astral plane, this astral place has other dimension that it is called the low astral, which has dark entities. It is very important for us to know how to die, and that we are not dying actually, because the crossing will be more easy. And this film describes how sometimes could guides or family members that had died could come to us to help to making the trespassing. Every time we incarnate here, it doesn't matter if I don't know, if someone incarnated as a baby that didn't born because of an abortion, for example, or a kid that has died, or a teenager, or if we die when we are old people. It doesn't matter, because all of those things are soul contracts, and it doesn't matter the time we spend here. What matters is the intensity of the learning. So with our human perception, sometimes we think, oh, maybe we could think about this from a kid. Oh, he was so young, or she was so young, but actually the soul chose this. And I will put an example of a natal chart. I think many people could know about this, but I will put it on the screen, because the natal chart is actually the portal from which we trespass and incarnate here. The natal chart, it's a geometrical pattern that we designed, and we are helped to design this, and has every soul contract, and we choose everything, like the place, the family, and the culture, and everything, and we choose to experiment situations too. So the free willing, it's actually something that it's not about do whatever we want in this incarnation. Free willing has to be with choose how we are going to go through many situations that we pacted before, that we chose before. And other timelines, we could change it, but there's many situations that are part of the soul contract. And this is important because many times we can live through very painful situations when we are kids, or something like that, and that responds to a choose from the soul. I don't know if that's the word, but I think you'll get it. So if we are not conscious about this, we can be so much identified with our bodies and our personalities, and it would be very difficult for us to transcend those things. So these people that are mediums and can have contact with disembodied souls, they actually have this gift, but everyone can do that. But many times our rational mind blocks this because we have fear or because we don't believe in those things. So rational mind is going to block that things. But that is a gift that everyone has. And this is important, this thing about the rational mind, because many in many moments we could experiment a natural regression to other lives, which are connected with this one. Every time we have a memory of other lives, and those memories actually the soul brings them because they are important to this life. It's not important for us to remember every life we had before, but it is important for the soul sometimes to remember one or two lives that are very connected to this one. This was what happened to me, and I had natural regressions at first, but then I went to I did an hypnosis session, and the last time when I got the closure of the information I needed, I opened my Akashic records. But I recommend that we can connect by on our own at first, to not force this thing about remember other lives, because the soul, if we ask it, if we need it, I had dreams many times about other lives I had in Egypt, and I remembered one life in Peru too, when I took a trip. So if the soul is asking for us to go somewhere, it's important to travel there, because many times the soul want to collect some information, and we need to go to those places to do it. So for me, it was a very important, because I told you that I had this relationship with a narcissist person, and that my father wasn't there in my childhood. He is a narcissist too. I met him when I was an adult, being an adult. So I discovered that he was that too. And what's very funny is that the both of them, they killed myself in another life in Egypt. So we had like a soul contract in this life for me to transcend the pain of that life and their resentment, which I did already. So I highly recommend that if we feel we want to know, or we have an idea about this, we ask for our soul, or ask before to go to sleep for this information, but try to do it on your own at first. Talking about narcissists and psychopaths, these souls, they were extirpated. The soul was extirpated from them, because they were people that had spent many lives in an infernal state of consciousness. Hell and heaven are actually states of consciousness. We're not going heaven or hell. We are only living those things in a mental illusion. So when these people spend many lives doing things, very bad things, like killing people or something like that, when they spend more than, I think Kabbalah says that it's more than 3 lives, more than 3 times in an infernal state of consciousness, which is total destruction and hate, the soul, it is extirpated, sorry, it is removed, because the soul hasn't a function anymore, and they can't evolve. So they only play this role, being at service of darkness. But they have, like I said before, total darkness has one point of light, and they have this one point of light. For example, Hitler loved his dog. I don't know if he loved him, but protected his dog. So there was this point of light, because all the other actions he had wasn't really actions from light or from love. So this is the explanation to psychopaths and narcissists. And it's very it's crazy, because when you look into their eyes, you can see you can't see nothing. It's like emptiness. They don't have soul. This explanation from Kabbalah came to me many years after I went through all these experiences with them, and it was an explanation that I really needed. This thing about their eyes and this emptiness. You know, I totally felt they didn't have soul. So what we are doing here, of course, is the rectification of the soul. We're here to integrate lessons. So every lesson we don't integrate, we will have to repeat it later. This is very important. And for example, for suicidal people, they're going to they have to repeat the whole life again. they are not going to run away, about the lessons, because the soul has to integrate it in order to keep evolving. So they are not escaping from anything, actually. So, well, it's important to the way we died, to because of this thing that we could get trapped here. But there's ways that we could help those souls. I don't, of course, recommend any tool about contact spirits, because they are they are opening portals, and you could contact something that it's not a disembodied soul. It's other entity, and that could be very, very dangerous. So maybe we could pray in some way, or send love or something like that to the souls that we think they are trapped, and many times that helps. But it's not always our mission to help disembodied souls. This is important to know too. And well, I think I said everything. So the last thing I'm going to say is, well, many of this information I learned it from many ways, actually, but Kabbalah has a very, very good description of those things that this film describes very well. In fact, this film, not only the film, I'm going to tell something else about this. But this film describes how we go to this other dimension, and in the this other side, there's activities, and the soul keeps like comprehending things about their last life. Kabbalah says that the only way we can evolve, the only way we can learn, it's only incarnated. But I think that the soul keeps understanding in the other place. Maybe the quantum jumps are the quantic jumps are not the quantic jumps are the ones that we do here incarnated. But I think the soul keeps gaining perspective, about the things we experimented. And I'm saying this because I met a woman once that she lost her daughter at a very young age from cancer. So she wrote a book, and I met her too. And of course, this was very painful to her. But through her nephew, who was a medium, she could contact her child, her daughter, and she explained that she was like ascending levels, that there were guides or masters that led her to do more things, like coming back more times to Earth, or something like that. So I think maybe the way to evolve, it is to be living here. But I think the soul keeps understanding the things that we experimented in our last life. So I'm gonna leave it here. If you have many comments, you can leave them. I will try to respond, and I will try to answer. So thank you, everyone, and I'll see you in the next videos. Goodbye.